Hello everybody, I'm Bunty. I'm sorry I'm not very elegant today. My house was bombed last night. I live down in the village down there and my house got bombed, and when I got back I've lost everything except little Joey. I could hear little Joey squawking under the rubble, so I went back in to get it. Hence I got slightly injured. I've got on a 1940s original night dress, which is a CC41. So obviously I don't really want to cover it in dirt and blood because it is original and it will ruin it. So that's why I'm not totally covered in blood and dirt, because I don't want to ruin it because it doesn't come out. I have got original slippers on. This is the original slippers they would have worn. The original curlers, rollers. You were asking me about these just now, weren't you? Yeah? And yes, they do make your hair really, really curly, so I'm not really looking forward to taking it out. I might just put a headscarf on later. I'm hoping that I can get to the Sally Army this afternoon and find somebody to donate me a dress. I don't really want to stay in my night dress all weekend, so I'm hoping I can get a night dress. I have in here just my purse, some knitting, because that's what I would have taken down to the air raid shelter with me, and my ID card and my ration book. My purse has got obviously my original money in it, but that is literally all I've managed to save. Sissy, who was with me in her 1940s dressing gown. I did have a dressing gown. Well, actually it was a blanket, but I've had it made into a coat. So I've got one that looks very similar. It's over in the 1944 house, but it's being worn as a coat, not a dressing gown. She's also got a CC41 night dress on and the original slippers. But Sissy's also got an original bag with her little bits and pieces in, whereas I've had to use a rather large headscarf come tablecloth.
Sit in the handbag down to the shelter, so you've got your ration book and then I've just got my knitting. I have got a scarf as well.
So hopefully we'll get a dress later and we can get dressed, hopefully. And if we can find some Americans that might have some nylons, I don't hold up to much hope, but usually we can pinch some off them, but this lot here don't seem to be very well equipped. This is Violet. Violet has been sorting us out, so she's going to sort me wound out in a minute. So I'm going to sit down here because I know she's going to hurt.
I'll tell you a bit about myself first. My name is Violet and I've had a very busy evening as I've been on call at the local first aid post. I'm what's called a voluntary aid detachment nurse, or a VAD for short, and I'm part of the Red Cross Society. I'm trained in basic first aid. I'm not a fully trained nurse, and I'm stationed at local first aid posts to help out with anything that needs doing, bombing raids, any local injuries. I can attend the scene and provide basic first aid for those. I'm wearing what's known as the working outfit. So we've got a grey-blue ward dress, a white apron, which I have to keep ironed and starched and clean, and I'm wearing a veil, which is attached to my head via little pins, and is just a legacy of the nursing outfits of the 1940s. With me I've got my medic's bag, so it's just full of bandages and basic first aid items, and of course my tin helmet in case there's any shrapnel flying about or any unsafe buildings. I've got my little kidney dish and I'm going to patch up Bunty in a minute as well, but I'd just like to say that I had to pay for my outfit. Voluntary aid detachment nurses weren't given their uniforms, they had to pay for them themselves. So it's quite a cost to me. It cost me £1. So in old terms, that would be a lot of money out of my wage packet. So I'm going to patch up Bunty now and just give some basic first aid.
While Violet's patching me up, this is Noxie.
Pops to you,
To the home guard.
Granny.
It's a home guard, and we're hoping to talk him into taking us in because he's got spare rooms.
I may do, but then I might find my older brother will take one of them in. I've got room for you, love, all right?
So I'll end up
But I'll have to talk about getting my older brother down. Oh, there he is, there, look. There's my older brother, look, he'll take you in, I'm sure.
So,
Yeah.
if you can explain what you got on while I'm doing
Right,
what
okay,
Tom
yeah.
you would have done.
Yeah, okay. I'm wearing the basic home guard kit. It was very, very patchy at the beginning of the war. When it first started, the home guard was called the LDV. Look, I can vanish. I mean, Local Defence Volunteers. And all they were given was an armband. And the armband was very similar to this. And it had LDV on it. This one's got home guard.
Look and vanish.
Yeah. Only thing was, Adolf Hitler turned round and said if anybody fought us that wasn't in uniform when they invaded, they would shoot them out of hand. Because he didn't class them as combatants. So they decided what they do is they get the British Army workwear, which is the denims. Now the denims is a lightweight material, if you want to feel, it's like a cotton. Yeah? Very lightweight, very comfortable, yeah? Yeah. The normal British Army, you can walk around the camp, you'll see him wearing that. That's serge, it's very, very wool, thick wool. It's awful stuff, absolutely awful. So I prefer to wear it, especially on a hot day like today anyway. As you can see, my trousers and my jacket are two different colours. Well, I received the jacket 6 months ago, and I've just had the trousers come through because that was very hit and miss, whether you get one that'll actually fit you or there was enough to go around. They actually issued 50,000 of these because over 1 million men signed up to the Home Guard. The youngest ones were literally 14 years of age. You're supposed to be 16, but they turned a blind eye. The oldest known member of the Home Guard was 84. And he was an ex-sergeant major of the regular army. And he was up in Scotland and they allowed him to stay on. So I've got my ammunition pouch, original 1940s belt, leather. Now some of the belts, turn round, had the loops fitted on the back. Mine didn't. So it had a slip webbing with the buckles on instead. And as you can see, I'm wearing the boots. Very, very comfortable, but very, very noisy. They could hear us coming a mile off because they had hobnails on. Like, have you noticed? There's a screw missing. Yeah, the screw missing was a wartime austerity measure. Cut back on one screw, you could get lots of more screws for other boots. Yeah. Now the rifles that were first issued were very hit and miss as well. This one is actually Victorian. Yeah, 1897 approximately, Boer War time. And I was able to get this one at a very reasonable rate to shoot with. Because they just didn't have enough rifles to use during the war. Yeah. Other than that, that was pretty much the basic uniform. They eventually ended up with exactly the same uniform as the regular British Army. But beforehand, this is basically slowly got kitted out with the proper kit. Alright then, do you want me to take you home, my love? No, I'm sorry, my older brother's, you've got to go stay with him, alright?
I get you then.
Yeah, you get him over there. Is that a problem?
No.
I got more pay than him.
Yeah, he's got higher pay than you are.
My rations are better.
That's the only thing that's better though, isn't it? Alright, thank you very much. Thank you. Alright, okay.
Well, thank you very much, the Home Defence.
Okay.
And the civilians, who of course were putting up with an awful lot during the Second World War. So it was one of the first wars where the front line actually met its way back into the country that the enemy were attacking.